This is Back to Me, the podcast where the plan is no plan.
We are your hosts, Katie and Lisa. I actually remember what I meant to say this week. That was very exciting.
Oh, yes?
Usually I'm just so excited about what you have to say at the start.
So
I forget that I have something to say.
what you're telling me is this was not good start.
It was a very good start. It was a very good start. Will confess to the people that we have a little few wee notes here, which Katie produced that I couldn't see. So we've had to screenshot them and make it very big for me to be able to see. This will happen in your life as well, when you are my age.
But I've just realised my phone's going to keep turning off because I haven't turned.
I think I maybe have them to memory now.
Have you got them to memory?
And if we forget, we can just do that.
Yeah, I could probably do it subtly without anyone noticing, don't you think?
Well, how have you been?
Good. Did you have an exciting sports weekend like me?
I've had a very exciting week and sports week. My brother's home all week. We did nothing but eat and drink wine and be silly. We had a beautiful meal last night in the Merchant, and yes, big sporting weekend. He enjoys the football and the golf, and you were doing the ladies'
the women's rugby. You didn't watch the women's rugby final?
I find it hard to watch real rugby.
Wait. Real rugby. One of my favourite tweets I saw is this guy saying, yeah, Derek down the pub saying that they don't look like real men. That's because they're holding medals and trophies.
Love it. No, I am jesting. You know, I am a great lover of the ladies' football, but I have to say I've never really watched the ladies' rugby.
Well, that's why you don't like it.
I did try. It's just so scary.
A little bit of it for me is the team, because there is definitely difference in the abilities of the different countries. Obviously, England have poured tons of money into it over the years, and then there are other teams that maybe are less skilled, and sometimes they scare me a little bit because I think, oh, they're going to get hurt.
You're going to get hurt.
Some of the girls on the England team are just insane.
They were insane.
Like there's that one girl, Ellie Kildon. She has amazing hair. Yeah. But she she plays better than any man I've ever seen play.
Yeah. Technical, physical, all the things. The girl who crochets the things
Abby Dow.
Adorable.
She crochets like a shirt of her opposing player, so whoever is directly opposing her. And then I also saw one of the games. She had crocheted 3 little whistles for the refs on the side, and she doesn't give it to the end because she doesn't want to make them. Biased.
Oh yes, like bribing them.
Bribing them with a crochet whistle.
She'd crocheted a little bunch of flowers for Princess Kate. Yes, I don't really do the royals. Princess.
Princess Wales.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I kept going to say she was queen. I'm like, she's
making
not
me
queen.
Well, she's definitely not queen, but she's princess.
Yes. So she made roses for her.
Prince
a little
and
bunch
princess.
of. No, she's down a rabbit hole. Yes.
Yes.
She made a bunch of roses for her, which was adorable.
Yeah, she makes red roses and she's gold roses depending on what they win and stuff.
So cute.
But it's so cute. So you're like this big, crazy, scary rugby player girl that's sitting over there crocheting. I love it.
Yes. I don't think that I'm a competitive person. More because I can't play any sports. But
I'm competitive at sports.
Yeah, but it turns out I am competitive person.
Oh.
Yeah, but I've never been good at sports. I've not, but I think I am competitive.
I would have had you down as a competitive.
Yeah, I just didn't know.
Just rubbish at sport.
I wasn't competitive at school because it didn't really work for me. So I just never knew I was competitive until I was paddleboarding one day and I was like, you will not win. This is not happening.
I didn't know that paddleboarding came with a winning and losing.
The guide, not the tour, we were on the guide who was with us, had us do like little, off the paddleboard, turn around in the paddle, like little activities. And one of the ends was, okay, it's race time. And I was like, I've got this.
And did you have it?
Yes. And prior to that, I had said I wasn't very competitive. And he was like, seriously? Because our daughter plays netball. Both of them play netball, but one is particularly competitive. And he'd sort of been chatting about that. And I was like, we don't know where she gets the competitiveness from. And he was like, are you seriously having a laugh right now? I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm with him. How have you not known this about yourself?
I know. I think I'm tenacious. I put myself down as
tenacious.
Do you know I have a story about that? I was going for a job interview And this was not even planned. This just came
Don't
to
have to
mind.
tell them.
Sorry.
They know.
Do they know? Do they know?
They
do
know.
they think we're prepping
I'm
before?
pretty sure they know nothing is planned.
I went for a job interview. I was maybe 21 or 22.
A couple of years ago.
And there was me and a panel of about 6 people interviewing me. It was very nerve-wracking. It was to work in a creche looking after the children of the lecturers and or students.
There's a lot of people to interview for that job. 6 people.
It's a very big deal again. It was now a lot of people interviews, and one of the gentlemen asked me, "Would you describe yourself as a tenacious person?" Never heard the word before in my life. Never heard the word before in my life, and I just thought, right, okay, you look like an idiot. Either way, you're going to look like an idiot. What idiot do you want? Which one do you want to go for?
Which idiot are you picking?
And I went, yes, I would. When I get the bit between my teeth, I'm just like, yes, this will happen. I will get this to work. Blah, blah. And he was like, fabulous. Went home straight to my daddy and was like, what does tenacious mean? And he was like, that's a terrible thing to ask a young woman like you. Such an old-fashioned word. And I was like, he's like, and anyway, we talk about it more of like the terrier was very tenacious, not a lovely young woman like you. I was like, okay, Dad.
Sort of protective dad. I would have had to go with no, because I don't know what that word means.
You would have gone with that.
I know what it means.
So that just wouldn't happen.
So
but
not
you would
me.
have picked the other embarrassment.
Yeah, but you answered well though.
Yeah. Imagine if I hadn't. Imagine if I got
yeah.
it all wrong. That would have been like, no job for you. The thing is, you had to said, no, I don't know what that means. That's still, you could have got the job maybe. Mm-hmm. So probably not the best choice. Anyway, there you go. Tenacious.
Did you get the job?
Yes.
There you go. It worked.
So tenacious. Well, those rugby girls, women, athletes are tenacious. They are full.
So that's actually what is it? The women's football and the women's rugby have both won their tournaments this year.
They bring home the trophies.
And how are the men doing?
Unlike the men. Well, we had big football talk in our house at the weekend because Nige does not follow football. Jake kind of follows football. My brother is a big football.
Oh, is he?
His team is Leeds.
Okay.
That was a perfect amount of gasp right there. But yeah, so
he's from Northern Ireland, lives in California, and his football team of choice is Leeds.
I think his story. His story. I think his story is. I love it.
Yeah, that's what you
I think his story is that my dad was a Liverpool fan, and I think for a minute Liverpool and Leeds had a big rivalry.
Okay.
So he picked Leeds. Okay. So yes. So there you go. The big footballing weekend. Jake and him talked about managers and who needs to go and who needs to stay. And I didn't know if you stayed up in the Premier League, you got X amount of money, so therefore you could buy other players. Bloody, 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 blah. Meanwhile, Nigel's watching the golf in the background, which was fabulous.
Well, it was very controversial, wasn't it?
Very controversial.
They're saying that a certain famous American person seems to have given license to American civilians to maybe be a little bit ruder and bolder than they might normally
Well, when
be.
your president is feral.
Okay, I was trying not to say that, but all right.
What do you expect your citizens to be?
Like golf is, I was trying to tell my boys this today, it's like polite claps and silence and oohs and ahs.
It was like, did you watch Happy Gilmore?
Yes.
1 and 2?
Yes.
Of course you did. And so did I for my sins. Because I had, the first one was very funny. The second one was absolutely...
Oh, yes. Oh, you see, the first one irritated me, but back in the day, I thought they did this one quite well. I mean, it's cheesy, terrible.
Yeah.
But...
Well, that's what it was like. It was like watching Happy Gilmore yesterday. It was shocking.
And someone threw a cup of beer at Rory McIlroy's wife, hit her in the
Well,
head.
no, I will defend. I will go in here.
Okay.
I thought it was somebody like walked past her and threw some beer in her face. In some ways, it's nearly worse. She was at the side of the green. He and Shane Laurie, is absolutely adorable. He got the winning point and everything. Actually.
He's the Irish fellow.
Yes, but he's like Rory's bodyguard. It's hilarious because Rory's a bit feisty. And he's just always like, one ahead, you're grand. We pat in the back, and he just keeps walking.
Okay.
Rory got kicked up, and I don't know if he got kicked out of a nightclub, but there's a whatever TikTok on it, and Rory's having a little bit of words back and forward.
Has Lisa been on TikTok again?
I know, she's got TikTok. Words back and forward, and Shane is just like, you need to get into the car right now, or we're going to be all over the newspaper in the morning. So same thing, they were walking off the green, wives and girlfriends were at the side, and someone lobbed a can towards the green. I'm doing air quotes here, towards the green, aka Rory and Shane's heads. Didn't go as far as hitting them, and landed on the wife's shoulder. It was just disgraceful.
That's really out of order. Whether they're, actually, like you say, I think that's a little bit worse.
Yeah, shocking.
Like I get at these, like, I don't get it, but at football matches, you always see them throw in their 10-pound pints of beer in the air, which for a start, I'm like, seriously, well, do you know how much that beer cost you?
Exactly,
that's how my sensible brain goes. But just to throw it at, and then
it's dangerous. So dangerous.
Golf is one of those kind of games. I think you kind of do need quiet when you're making your swing. I did see one clip of Rory turn around and
he did
telling them
back.
to effing shut up. But then did you see the reporter ask him about it? He said, you said, and I quote, would you effing shut up? How did it feel then to win after telling them that? And Rory goes, effing brilliant, or something. It was really funny.
It was really good. I think he really is a character. He really is a character. And it was lovely. Yeah, it was good. So we were out last night for dinner, but we made it home for the end.
For Europe to win.
For Europe to win. So it was very, very, very good. But it was, apparently there was a gentleman allowed in with a mic and a loudspeaker and just shouting abuse.
As far as I know, there was a comedian, what's her name? Something Mahan. An American comedian who was commentating, who had to like quit her job within whatever of it starting because she said very rude things about Rory and started a chant that was very rude.
Well,
very uncouth.
Very uncouth. Well, I unfortunately don't know this lady's name, but she is a retired golfer dame. Terrible, I don't know her name, but she's always in the commentary box, and they were saying this is terrible, somebody needs to go. And then she goes, I will leave this commentary box right now and go and sort it out. Do you want me to do that?
Why did they not let her?
And then she just disappeared, like their voice just disappeared. Yeah, she goes, I'll leave right now, sort this out. I was like, you go, girl, you go. So it was just, you can see them, you could just hear it, but I was like, anyway. It was something to chat about. It was very good. My brother does not follow golf, so Nige had to explain all the rules.
I don't think I really follow golf. I did play for a little bit when I was a teenager. But I don't watch it because to me it just that's boring.
I couldn't do it I'm not a golf widow, right? Every weekend. And I think because it's Rory and we all imagine that we know him because he's only up the road,
Okay.
We've made these things up in our heads. But anyway, yes, not every weekend, but
it's fun.
It's fun. A couple of times a year, whatever the big ones are.
I probably should have given it a chance, but I was sported out.
Sported out with that women's sport. Now, our rabbit hole.
Yeah, wee bit controversial this week.
We're just all over the place this week.
I have no idea what you told me to watch. I can't remember. So I didn't do that. But you were to investigate J.K. Rowling and Emma Watson's feud.
Well, first of all, I didn't know anything about this.
Did you really not?
I really didn't. And then you sent me that. And then I went down a separate rabbit hole with the Shetty thing.
Which is Emma's... She was on his podcast last week. Is that right?
And she was, as far as I could see, being gracious and saying that she had a great relationship with JK when they were filming and things that have happened now. I was like, what things? What's happened now? I don't know what's going on. So then I was down the rabbit hole to see. So JK has certain opinions about trans people, and Emma Radcliffe, with the three main characters.
Hermione.
The three main characters have different
Emma
opinions.
Raducanu, you may be going to say, is tennis player.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Emma
Watson. What's the guy?
Rupert Grint and
Radcliffe.
Yeah, Radcliffe.
The three main characters. We know who we're talking about here. They have different opinions about trans people. Why can't we have two different opinions?
And stay friends?
And it be okay.
So in a nutshell...
The thing that she said about what ruins the movie,
she was someone tweeted and asked her, what ruins a movie for you? Sorry, I found this really amusing. This is my sense of humor, though. JK retweeted and said, I can think of 3 things. Which is kind of funny. That is, at that point, as far as I'm aware, that is all she ever said and had said. And then Emma Watson was on Jay Shetty's podcast last week, and today, very topical we're being, JK put out a thing basically saying her piece. So it is now, it has gone full row again.
So she just thinks that they should agree with her opinion.
No, I don't think she does. I think she thinks that when they voiced their opinion, it was adding further fuel to a fire where she was already getting death threats and rape threats and very evil things said to her and threatened, and she said her security was wild. And so then when they all came out in opposition to what she was saying, I think for her it fueled the fire of what was happening to her, and so she saw them as not supporting
her,
or almost as if they were supporting people giving her death threats, which obviously they weren't. But you didn't defend me in that. You didn't
My thing was I didn't know anything about it until you sent me. Like, where do I live? Do I just live in a bubble? Like,
this rabbit hole thing is dead easy.
How did I even just not know? I was like, oh my days. Obviously, I'm not on Twitter, X, whatever that is. That
everyone still calls it Twitter.
Maniac.
It actually amuses me greatly that when like the BBC or whoever talk about it, they still say X brackets, formerly known as Twitter. Like to this day, and I mean, I think it's years at this point that it has been called X, but everyone refuses to call it
that. So yes, that would be down another rabbit hole, which then took me into the Jay Shetty rabbit hole.
Okay, so should we conclude, or we can circle back to the can you have different opinions and still be friends?
Yes.
Can you? You can. Do you have to?
I just think it's nice to have a little bit of grace.
Yes,
for people. I also think that my beliefs and things have changed dramatically over the years, you know, and I really hope that if I was to meet somebody now who had different opinions and things than me, I'd be like, yeah, that's okay. That's interesting. I don't think that. I think this. But it doesn't mean, you know, we can't have coffee. You know?
Do you think you would have coffee?
But I also think that you and me probably don't agree on everything.
Most things.
But you know, and maybe we do need to have more coffee, more people that we don't agree with.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
What if it's like a major thing? Like a...
I know, now you're going to go down a rabbit hole. A major thing like that you don't like Jay Shetty and I love Jay Shetty. Like a major thing like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe
I know what you mean.
Maybe like a major political stance.
Yes.
How about even here? United Ireland versus part of Britain, or MAGA versus non-MAGA. Like those.
Yes, but surely even as we've all established that we are not tea supporters, but surely I should still be able to go.
Tea.
Mr.
Mr. T. I like Mr. T too. You need a better code name.
So surely I should still be able to have, well, if the opposite way is around what I've heard, that people who are Trump supporters like are literally not talking to their children because their children are saying.
I think it probably goes both ways. There'll then be people not talking to people because it goes both ways of.
I think you could say, I think it could be like, look, see that subject? We're going to park that subject. We don't agree on that subject. Here's my feelings about it. I know what your feelings are about it. Let's just park that. We don't agree on that subject. But there's plenty of other things we can talk about.
My best friend Ashley, who's an American, and I have only in our 20 years of friendship fallen out about one thing.
Yes.
Gun control.
Exactly.
And now it sort of is a joke that is the one thing. But we actually do actively avoid talking about it because she gets upset and I get upset. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So just don't talk about it. But I do understand sometimes, like some of those political things and who you support, you could argue speaks to the person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And maybe you have trouble. However, again, in my family, in different parts of the family, we just have, when it comes to politics, just don't talk about it.
We can probably be good friends even though we don't agree on things.
Because I forgive her. Jokes.
No, joke. But you know, I mean, and also, how boring would it be if every conversation you had with somebody, oh yes, you're right, that's right, absolutely, I totally agree. How boring and superficial.
That
you
would
know?
be. There were quite a lot of those kinds of.
And I'm not here for that.
Yeah, I'm not here for
I'm
that
not
either.
here for that.
Yeah,
No.
I'm over that now.
No, I'm over that. J.K. Shetty.
Is he J.K. Shetty too?
God in heaven. J. Shetty. He's a me. Fast myself. This I find even worse rabbit holing.
I don't know this rabbit hole, so do tell.
People just don't think he was a monk, and people don't think he went there, and people don't think that his
Who is
life.
he for those
Oh,
of us that aren't relationship coach world dwellers?
Sometimes I'm going
There's
to fall
probably
out
at
with
least
her.
3 or 4
Sometimes
of them.
I'm going to fall out with her because she doesn't know who these people are I talk about. Like, do you like me? Do you have any interest in my world? We just both had to take a break there and have a coughing
We
fit.
just had a coughing fit.
We had to just clear our throat chakras after that big, exciting conversation that we had. Another thing that Katie doesn't agree with and doesn't believe in, which I do, and we're fine about that. Jay Shetty is his name.
Okay, I do because he interviewed Hermione, as we're now saying. I know who he is and I've seen his face, but I don't ever.
He was first on Ellen. Another conversation that we could have sometime. Ellen, we don't know what. Anyway, let's put a pin in that. We've had enough tonight. He was on that, and he was sort of the first time I'd seen life coaching. That was first. He's just a life coach.
He's the original, the OG.
Yeah, I'm going to say that the original is probably
Terry. No, none of those people.
Do you think this is going to help me? I'm going to say, do you know what I'm going to say? What I want to say is Tony Bennett, which is not right.
Robbins.
Yes.
Tony.
Robbins, yes.
That is what I was trying to say.
Back to the menopausal's brains.
Side note, one of our reels that we put out where we were being really menopausy got lots of likes this week. People jive with that.
They love that. So, or just us making a fool out of ourselves. One or the other. But yeah. I would say Tony Robbins probably the OG. But anyway, Jay Shetty, I first discovered him. He was on Ellen, blah, blah, blah. And like back in the day, and he claims to have been a monk for 7 years. Then he came out of the monastery, took the lessons he learned, set up a school to train people in life coaching.
Uh-huh.
Whole rabbit hole. Is this a real thing? Can he? Is it? Blah, 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 blah. And then I had to stop because it was breaking my whole heart because I really like him.
And he's a fraud.
No.
Well, I mean, how far do we know?
Who
Did you
knows?
get an answer? Someone knows.
Someone knows.
He knows if he was a monk for 7 years or not. So does he deny their denials?
I did not see anything. He just lets that all happen. He just keeps on his wee track of doing the things that he did. I did also see him live at the event, and he wasn't that good.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It's disappointing. Well, maybe I just had an expectation, and it didn't meet my expectations.
Because you thought he was a monk.
Oh Lord, no, I can't go with you.
No.
Anyway, that's it. We didn't rabbit hole.
Where was he a monk? Like in Tibet,
I'm going to say Tibet.
In London,
but I was just too heartbroken. I couldn't continue.
I think you need to further investigate this rabbit hole and report back to us next week.
It was enough. I just couldn't do anymore. Either way, I think what he says is good. And
it does show, though, you literally can say anything you like on the internet and people will believe you.
And people can say anything they like about you too, which is very, very scary.
It's like the whole Nicole Kidman's daughter.
Last week,
who you are not. But
last week's just that's a throwback.
Like assuming I'm going to pick a side and assume she is not Nicole Kidman's daughter who was kept under the floorboards. But she can just come on and say that as much as she likes and end up getting talked about.
Do you also know that life coaches can just announce themselves as life coaches without any training?
You've mentioned that before. No certification, no training, just I'm a life coach.
I guess it would be like somebody has worked in different businesses and can set themselves up as a business consultant, you know? You've had a life, you can set yourself up as a life coach. I did hear a quote one time that some people were at one of these events, and it was question and answer time. And a younger person said to the older life coach gentleman, what is the best way for me to become a life coach? Asking, what's the best certificate to get? And he said, my best advice is go and have a life. Not amusing.
So you shouldn't go to a young life coach.
If you want to go to a young life coach, go to a young life coach. If it
Struggling with
works
your
for
words
you,
there.
young life coach, that all seemed a bit. If it works for you, it works for you. Maybe you would like you're not going to come to see me if you're 22 and want to be on the dating scene. You're probably going to want to go and talk to a 28-year-old who's actually been on the dating scene.
Fair.
You know?
Yes.
Fair.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. Anyway, these rabbit holes are just so upsetting for me. To educate myself. I like to say
I like to live in my naive little world. Do you want to not go down any more rabbit holes?
No, it's good for me because it's not healthy for me to live totally oblivious to stuff.
I don't know. I quite like it. I've spent most of my life in this naive little.
That's not true. You love all that stuff.
Oh, those kind of things, but just about real life.
But really.
I'm really naive. I quite like it.
Well, another question that came across my plate. That's not right. My eyeballs. No, something. Yeah, something
popped into your mind.
The situationships, the boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, significant other. No rhyme or reason for where all these start and finish.
Oh, I didn't know where that was going. Is that how it came across your mind? Partner, girlfriend, boyfriend.
It was somebody announced themselves as a partner, and I was like, now when did that happen? When do you go
from boyfriend, girlfriend to partners?
Yeah. And also the situationships they're tricky.
Situationships.
That's like at the start of a relationship.
Oh, is this like all the teenagers that aren't going out? They're
20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds.
Or I don't even know if it's talking anymore, is it? It's something else now. I don't understand.
Are you from the era that do you want to go out? We're boyfriend and girlfriend now?
Yes. Yeah. That's
because in America it's not so much like that. You can, like years ago, whenever it was like dating, where we didn't have that here. When you had a boyfriend, you had a boyfriend. But years ago in America, there was more like dating and stuff.
As in, you're not committed. You can go out with different people on different dates.
Yeah.
Okay.
That wasn't Billy's vibe.
No.
Good. So no confusion.
I have nothing to add to this conversation.
So what people have to do now is they date. They don't have to. They can. They date.
No, they talk first, right?
They talk. Sometimes I can go for months on Tinder.
And they're basically... No, but even...
Oh, I can't wait for this one.
My understanding is even with some of the teenagers, they are basically going out. So they're doing all of the things that we would class as going out, but they're just talking. They're just...
And they're not exclusive.
Commitment phobes. That's what they are.
And they're not exclusive.
When they're talking, they're not exclusive? I think they should be.
Am I not the old granny here?
Wait, no. When they're talking, they're not exclusive.
Please talk more about this. I'm
asking you, is that they're not exclusive when they're talking?
I don't believe so. I think the conversation has to happen. Are we exclusive now? Now, I have to say, I don't coach teenagers. I coach upper 20s and 30s, okay? So this my data
don't judge her based on this knowledge.
My data comes from that age group.
Okay.
So you're dating. It's presumed that you're not exclusive until you say, I want to be exclusive.
You are saying that dating is the same thing as talking then, are you?
Are you just talking with your thumbs, or are you actually seeing people face to face and going for coffee and drinks?
I think
coffee is a drink.
The latter.
Okay. So we're just dating. I call that dating.
I think the young'uns call that talking.
Just talking. Okay. So we're non-exclusive. And then we have to have a conversation and say we're exclusive. But we're still not boyfriend and girlfriend.
So they're still talking, they're just exclusively talking now?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Exclusively talking, and they're exclusively
What stage of life are you in? Exclusive
and
talking?
They're exclusively touching each other's body parts.
Oh, so there's none of that in phase one talking.
I think some of that can be in phase one talking. I think that could be sometimes
in my 40s.
I think sometimes that can be in first date terms.
But not exclusive.
And then we have to have the conversation. And then the problem is one person will be like, oh, I presumed we were. And the other one's like, well, I didn't know that. So I've still been
hadn't signed the contract.
I've still been, AKA, talking to other people.
Oh.
Yep. So then we take the big, huge move to boyfriend and girlfriend. And sometimes it's like you aren't getting engaged here. You're just saying you're boyfriend and girlfriend.
And then like a year down the line,
And then
at that point, I was getting engaged.
Exactly. And then where does the boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend turn to partners?
In that one, I think potentially a time that you might think that's when you move in together.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
But there could be people out there that don't live together that think of each other as partners. But
I like that.
In my brain, that's what I've always thought of if someone's told me partner. First off, you think, are they in a same-sex relationship? Is that what that means?
That's what Lara said. Lara says when she heard partner, she was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We have so many friends. They're going to be really cool. And then you hear it's a hetero couple and you're like, oh, God.
But I think, my thought always is it's just that they live together. But you don't.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. And like yourself, I'm just so glad.
Clearly, we don't know the rules.
We just don't know the rules. We don't know the
We're
rules.
here to help you with no answers.
Are there any rules is a bigger question. I think you're right. Yeah, the living together thing says partner to me. Yeah. Significant other is another word that gets bandied around.
Significant other. That's 2 words. But sorry, I'm such a jerk. Love you.
But we can still like each other.
Yeah. We can. Well, I don't know. There's a certain line with grammar that I will draw, but that's fine.
You're right.
No. Significant other. I think that's lesser than a partner.
Ooh, interesting.
Or I wouldn't automatically assume you were together, living together, if you were significant others. But I could call Billy my significant other still.
Yeah. We have relatives who are married and they call each other boyfriend, girlfriend still.
Oh.
And we were away on a ski trip with them, and especially, this is my sister-in-law, and she calls her husband. My boyfriend is away getting me a drink, or my boyfriend is going to get me that. It's kind of cute.
How long have they been married?
No, 20 years.
Okay.
Nice. 15 maybe. But it's quite cute. There. My boyfriend will get me that. No, my boyfriend will do that. It's kind of cute. So then there was other people in our company, and they said to, I think it was Lara, when have they never? And they're not married or whatever. And Lara was like, they definitely are married. I was at their wedding. I was young, but I was at their wedding. And the guy goes, no, they're not married. They're not married, because she calls, and Lara's like, hold on a second. She sits there with him and she goes, aren't they? I'm like, yes, Lara. That's okay. You know, I was just starting to doubt myself, because it was just like, and then he had said it and then he heard, and she was like, they are. She just chooses that like fun little thing. So it's kind of fun. It's very fun. It's very cute.
We should try that out with our husbands. They might not, like, if you suddenly just started, they might not like it.
Nige doesn't love me calling him my partner. Like, I'll put in posts. I'll be like, my partner, and I's like, I am your husband.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, but Nigel, we have to make it, that everybody who's not married is still with their partner for 20 relevant. Years. It's still the same thing,
Yes. Yeah. I see both sides of that.
Was your wedding a big wedding?
No.
Many.
We had about 60 people. I would say 90% of those were up from my side of the family.
Yeah.
Because it was here, and it wasn't expensive.
I think that's plenty, 60 people.
I would do it so differently now, even
smaller? Or even bigger?
Smaller. And with the risk of offending a lot of people, close friends.
Yeah. That's what she's going to say about that. Worship people come and take their wedding
and my
gifts
cousins.
back.
I only have 2. So at the time when we got married, I only had 2, and I have 4 now. It would be easy. They count as friends.
Yeah.
So I wasn't discounting all family, but
yeah.
I think just sometimes it's more concerned with so-and-so's aunts, cousins, uncles, and partners.
And they've definitely come away from that a little bit now, I think. Back in my day, 30 years ago almost. Oof. I mean, I just really turned up for my wedding. My mum just really...
Billy hated our wedding. He loved marrying me, obvioly, but he found it... For a start, the differences between American and British weddings are vast, but he found it just very stressful, and he was preparing in his brain for a speech all day and all this kind of thing. We didn't work in the wedding industry for some time after we got married, and then I was like, oh, wish we'd done that, or wish we'd done this. My favourite ever wedding was a back garden marquee barbecue.
Perfect.
They all jumped on like an old vintage bus, went to the church, got married, came back.
Love it.
And that's what they did, and I it was one of the very early ones we did, and it was definitely one of the best.
Just in case people don't know, you wedding videographers for
Yes.
a long time.
8 years or something like that.
It is nice, yeah. I know. Yes, I don't know. I think we'd have over 100, and like I think I probably knew 10 people.
Yeah, that's you want to know all the people.
Yeah. Ours was also on New Year's Day, so lots of people couldn't come because they were too hungover.
My good friends of ours did New Year's Eve,
That's
which
a
they
nice
thought
one.
was risky, but it actually was pretty great
That's a nice
because
one,
everyone did then. Everyone was waiting for midnight, which was kind of a fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was actually
That
really
is
nice.
fun.
I liked
That
it.
is very much
We
fun.
got married on a Wednesday, and it's 13th, so
Ah,
no. What's the word when you're weird about the 13th?
people think it's unlucky and things,
Yeah,
but
what's
it's
that?
a very feminine number actually.
Anyway, no. What's that? What's that word when you're funny about things?
Superstitious.
Superstitious. Thank
I'm
you.
doing well tonight.
You're
I
doing
think.
really well. You must have taken your medicine.
Flip me.
Superstitious.
HRT's a
We
thing.
are not superstitious at all,
No.
which is good because every so often our anniversary is on Friday the
Friday
13th.
the 13th, yeah. Again, another fabulous feminine day. Friday the 13th.
It was Wednesday the 13th.
It's the witches, you see.
It was Wednesday the 13th.
Yeah, but if it falls on
But it was a Wednesday. Tell me why is 13 so feminine,
no idea.
Lisa?
I just like to say things.
True, did you just make that up?
No,
on the
I
spot?
heard somewhere that like Friday the 13th was like, the day they drowned all the witches.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I'm making things up now. Like I literally don't even
You've just
not going
made that.
down here. I like read it when I say read it, saw a reel one day. Like I mean, let's all just calm down and be real about this sort of stuff.
I thought it was something about the shape of the three.
Ooh, right? It's like I sent that to you via something or other. Anyway, so for example, we don't agree on the whole chakras and all that stuff and energy healing, but you don't. Well, you do make fun of me actually.
I do, like
But
consistently.
making fun. There's making fun and then there's ridiculing. I think that's the difference.
Yes, I'm not ridiculing you. I'm teasing you.
Teasing is good. Yeah,
And I think
banter.
you tease me.
I do. But there was one more thing I wanted to talk about
Okay.
on that subject. Partners, weddings, can't remember, no idea. I'll remember on the way home. I'll say to you, put that in your notes for next week because there's no way I'll remember. We'll walk in here next Monday night and you'll go, what did you ask me to write down? I'm like, it's in your notes from last week.
You actually said to me tonight, what did we write down last week? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't write anything down. You're like, you did. You wrote it in your notes. I'm like, no, I didn't. You're like, yes, you did. And then I got my phone and yes, I did.
You did.
Yeah.
And I could go the other way around at any
Yeah,
stage.
but so wait a minute. There is a thing, but you've forgotten it. And that trail didn't get us there.
No, didn't. Sorry.
No Liverpool moment like last week.
Liverpool, yes. No, nothing. God, it's not there. It's not there. It's not there.
J.K. Rowling, J. Shetty, monks, partners, significant others,
Weddings.
13th, chakra, moons. I don't think we talked about moons, but I imagined that was probably in your head.
Do you know why they call the menstrual cycle your moons?
No.
Because it's 28 days
Oh,
and the
yes,
moon is
sorry.
28 days.
Oh, I thought you were going to have a much.
Isn't that really good? I didn't know that till like you put
Oh,
those two
wait,
things
wait, wait,
together.
wait. I haven't ever heard of your menstrual cycle being called.
Oh, is it a Belfast thing?
I think, yeah.
Mm.
But I could see why.
Or maybe it's a 1970s, 80s thing. Oh, okay. We'll have to stop now because
Wait,
our
no, I want to.
our little friends who watch, like, are you on your moons? People would say.
Oh, no, I've
back
never
in
heard
my
that
day.
before.
Back in my day.
We were the generation where we were visited by Aunt Flo.
Oh, stop.
So cringe. So cringe, darling.
So cringe.
Yeah. Or TOTM.
TOTM.
Time of the month.
Oh, right. Okay. That's like top of the town.
Top of the
You're an Antrim.
That's a restaurant here in Antrim. That is not the same thing.
I think we should end on that high note.
Such a high.
Classy episode, as always.
Goodbye.
Bye, 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 bye.